Dr. YouTube Tucker here. Make sure you subscribe and check this out, guys.
Story disappeared from the airwaves. I look at you and I see money. But Robert Tilton has risen from his TV tomb. I'm back! The untold story of how this Dallas demon chaser is getting a second chance to raise millions from your donations. The resurrection of Brother Bob. Tonight starting at 9 on Fox 4 News.
Robert Tilton was once one of the most successful televangelists in this entire country.
But some pretty unflattering publicity about his fundraising and, of course, some legal problems as well knocked him off the air just a couple of years ago. Now, he's back on TV, and Fox 4's Richard Ray joins us now live with the story. Richard.
Guys, will admit it, a lot of you thought you'd seen the last of Robert Tilton, that he had been driven off for good. But the untold story is that Bob beat the rap. He beat all the raps, and he's back.
Session Life with Robert Tilton.
The devil's hearing a horrible noise when you call, and he's fleeing.
He's 80% back. I mean, you watch, on a given day, he'll start beating the table and chasing the demon.
It's a devil! We're gonna hit that devil between the eyes! Harry Getzloff is a member of the Trinity Foundation, an East Dallas church that monitors TV evangelists.
It's the same stuff. He's doing it again.
I know what it is to be broken, lied about, set up, framed, like that.
In Bob Tilton's mind, one man is to blame for most of his troubles.
Blessed art thou,
The spiritual leader of a small church in East Dallas,
bringeth forth bread.
Ole Anthony,
By God's grace, we've lost the ability to act.
a crusader out to expose TV ministries.
And it's very difficult to prove these different charges in a religious matter because, rightly so, the First Amendment protects a lot of things. But I don't think the First Amendment ever protected fraud. And I believe, in my opinion, many of these ministries are committing fraud.
First thing you'll notice about Trinity is there is no church building, just a row of houses in East Dallas where members live. It's been said that you can judge a man by his enemies. Well, Trinity's leader, Ole Anthony, can count among his Robert Tilton and many other TV preachers. Anthony and his followers certainly employ some rather unusual weapons in their ongoing holy war, but they believe they have a unique role to play as God's detectives. From all of you, nothing gets TV preacher Bob Tilton more worked up than a little chat about his longtime nemesis, Ole Anthony.
That's not at all, not a minister at all, but an adulterer and a drunkard and a womanizer that's been caught in the clubs, having the audacity to touch a prophet of God.
I would desire very much to work myself out of a job. I don't like what we're doing, but nobody else will do it. And I get tired of being called the Antichrist and Satan incarnate. You ought to hear some of our answering machine tapes.
What is it exactly that Anthony and his little church do? Well, that takes some explaining. It's a ministry unlike any other. One national news magazine called them Detectives for Christ, a merry band that takes on the televangelists. They're even licensed private investigators now.
They are so isolated, so walled from all information that you have to go to extraordinary measures to find out what's happening with them.
You will feed on this book full of promises.
Trinity certainly employs unorthodox weaponry in its holy war. Among them, The Door, an outrageously irreverent humor magazine. Soon to come, spin-off items, coffee cups, and T-shirts, and the like.
That will probably be our first T-shirt. Right, show.
He's a good seller for you.
Oh yeah, people love Bob. Because he's just over the top. He's funny. He's good. There's nobody like Bob.
If you'll sing today for that new car, the loan will go through. You will get that car quoted by someone. I just thought I was going to get a company car.
Do you like religious TV? We propel, birds propel.
And then there's God Stuff, hosted by John Bloom, alias Joe Bob Briggs.
I love religious TV.
God Stuff is a direct outgrowth of Trinity's efforts to monitor TV preachers.
They were collecting these tapes from all over the country of all these evangelists. They were watching them for a different purpose, and they kept a lot of them just because they were funny.
Bloom, a longtime Trinity member, made the pilot.
There will be 50 people give $1,000. And do it right now, or I am finished.
Try me. I'm writing a check now.
Each week, John Bloom compiles.
Comedy Central liked it. Now God Stuff is a weekly feature on the cable network's Daily Show. God Stuff highlights the kind of oddities that have to be seen to be appreciated. Like evangelist Benny Hinn glowing at worshipers until they and he all fall over.
I don't think you go to Pakistan and find guys like this. You know, this is a uniquely American
Yep, it is.
phenomenon. You know?
Straight
Bloom
sinners.
began his career as a serious journalist for many years at the Dallas Times-Herald. But his alter ego, humor columnist and comedian Joe Bob Briggs, takes up most of his time now. Bloom shares Ole Anthony's passion, his crusade to constantly monitor TV ministries for possible fraud.
You gotta steal like billions of dollars. You've gotta like reduce thousands of widows to poverty before anybody notices. I mean, it takes a huge scandal by an extremely idiotic preacher before anybody notices these guys. So Trinity set up this program to sort of nip some of this stuff in the bud to watch them before it gets to the Jim Bakker stage, you know? So yeah, I think it's extremely good work.
One more remarkable thing about this church is its ability to make fun of itself. A recent edition of the Journal, for example, gave its Loser of the Year award to the Trinity Foundation for taking on a money-losing magazine. In East Dallas, I'm Richard Ray, Fox 4 News.
Hey, Joe Bob Briggs here to tell you that Friday nights this summer on TNT, we've got stuff that's scarier than my second ex-wife when she forgets to make. It's a heck of a fright. They might be scary, but they're not near as scary as what you'll find hanging around the bar at Massillon. If you know what I mean.
Just get it over with.
And I think you do. We're tearing the heart out Saturday night. These conservation movies serve a primitive drive. 'Cause watching people die can make you feel so alive. So throw away your clicker now, the flicks have begun. Joe Bob Briggs, Monster Vision, Friday nights, TNT. It's the big, well, it gave me a golf and sick. I'm a little cross, it's nothing you can do while fully dressed. It's as fun as watching TNT beneath the bugs after light. Hey, I'm Joe Bob Briggs, and I'm here to tell you that if you're not watching Monster Vision Friday nights on TNT, then frankly, I'm embarrassed for you. We're tearing the heart out of Saturday night. Tearing the heart out of Saturday night.
Hey there, I'm Joe Bob Briggs. Welcome to the Dallas Video Festival. I wanted to be there with you in person, but it was a choice between this or a Padre weekend in Wichita. And, well, I didn't do anything. But I wanted to tell you about the show God Stuff, which Trinity Foundation created for the Daily Show on Comedy Central, which I was supposed to host, but instead of that, they hired this guy, John Bloom, to do it. And ever since, it's been an amazingly successful, sensational show in which everyone involved is underpaid, but we won't go into that.
This is The Daily Show with anchor Craig Kilborn. The Daily Show News Team. The Daily Show News Van. The Daily Show Chopper. And the TDS 8400 Laser Copy. Now, Craig Kilborn.
Each week, John Bloom compiles the finest moments of religious broadcasting, the kick of poo, if you will. The whole God Stuff. I'm John Bloom, this is God Stuff, and it's healing time.
I believe in miracles because I believe in God.
Our first healer of the week is Reynaldo Furphy of Templo Evangelistico Pentecostal of Camagüey, Puerto Rico. And this is some serious healing going on here. I call this tough love healing.
Somebody said, "Oh, I need some more." Somebody said, "Oh, I need some more."